All right, shalom, shalom to the nation of Israel, shalom. All right, this is your brother Kazakia out of Great Millstone, New Orleans, coming at you with another lesson through the spirit and power, Yahweh Shemel Shah, right? But prior to getting started, we want to give all infinite honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Harakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, blessings, and salutations be to the hopeful elect scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, all right? And the title of today's lesson is going to be Grab Your Boots, Jake. That's the title of today's lesson. Okay, the title of today's lesson is going to be Grab Your Boots, Jake. Okay, and what you see up here, okay, is something that's prophetic, right? Prophesied within the scriptures to happen, okay, man? All right, and this is basically the times that we're living in. Okay, I'm gonna read this real quick, and then we're gonna get some precepts. All right, it says, House passes defense bill automatically registering men 18 to 26 for draft. Okay, so I'm gonna read that again. It says House passes defense bill automatically registering men 18 to 26 for draft. Okay, and this is big, man. Okay, because guess what, man? The Lord also has it to where these people are gonna have to go and fight in what? In World War III, right? The Lord is setting the stage, for his judgment. All right. And a part of setting that stage for judgment is, guess what? World War III, man. All hell breaking loose. You know what I'm saying? You YNs, you young Jakes, that don't want to get right in the spirit. Okay, don't want to get right with the Lord or the scriptures. Okay. This is for some of y'all, this is going to be your last stop shop. Okay, this is going to be the last place where you're going to go, man. Okay, you're going to be carted off, shipped off to World War III, right? You're basically going to be entering into, what they call a point of no return, man. And, because if you go over there, you're not coming back, all right? And that's basically, prophecy, man. Okay. All right, I'm going to read it one more time, then we'll go straight into the scriptures. All right, it says House passes defense bill, automatically registering men 18 to 26 for draft. All right, now we're going to start here. This is Joel verses 3 and verse 1. And it says, For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem. Okay, so the Lord is he's going to do what? He's going to redeem, okay, Israel from out of captivity. Okay, and that's speaking on the elect, okay, the remnant of the nation of Israel, man, from their captivities, right? Because they've been spread to the four corners of the earth. So whoever's a part of the elect, those are the people, right, that's going to be delivered. Okay. And it says, I will gather all nations and will bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat. Okay, and you go into this word, Jehoshaphat. It basically goes into Yahweh Shaphat, okay, which means, the Lord's judgment. Okay, Yahweh's judgment, man. Okay, and they're going to be fighting their ass off over there in basically that Levant region, the Middle East region, Saudi Arabia. It's going down all throughout, that region, man. It's man, the Lord's got a great sacrifice, man, over there too as well, as well as America. All right. And it says, and I will plead with them there for my people, okay, and for my heritage Israel. Okay, so the Lord, and that plea is not like the Lord's, he ain't saying the Lord's begging or anything like that. That plea is going into judge, man. Okay, The Lord is going to judge them for the things that they did to the nation of Israel, man. And who is going to stop the Lord's judgment? Nobody. Okay? But you Jakes are going over there, man. You Jakes and you Eves. Okay? And it says whom they have scattered among the nations, right? Because Israel is scattered to the four corners. Okay? It's scattered everywhere. All right? And parted my land, right? They taking the Lord's land into their possession. Okay? Right? Through the Balfour Declaration, I believe is, if I'm not mistaken, it's 1948. Okay? All right, where they basically was appointed the land, where they, basically, was protected and guarded to get situated in, and to rule in, man. But we know as well, as, other people know too as well, that they're not even a true people, man. Okay, that's out in the news, so to speak. Okay. But let's go get another precept. Let's go do this here. All right, this is Isaiah 3 and verse 25. It says, thy men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty in the war. Okay? And guess what, man? A lot of men are about to fall by the sword. A lot of men on the home front is going to fall by the sword. But a lot of men, is going to be drafted into this, man. Okay? Drafted right here into World War III. Okay? But you're not going to come home, man. All right? And that's the judgment for the Lord. Okay? Because the scriptures also say, what's that? 2nd Esdras 16 around the 22nd verse. Let's see. Slide, get back with me. All right, here it is. 33. This is 2nd Esdras 16 and verse 33. It says, the virgins shall mourn having no bridegrooms. You see that? Now, how are they going to mourn having no bride? Where all the young men going to be at? Right? Because those virgins, is basically going into, a young woman, of like a marriageable age. Just going into basically a young woman, okay? All right, and it says, the virgins shall mourn having no bridegroom. Okay, and it says the women shall mourn having no husbands. Where the husbands gonna be at? Where the bridegrooms are gonna be at? Let's see. Their daughters shall mourn having no helpers. No helpers. Men gone. Big numbers. We're not talking about small numbers here. We're not talking about, 100, 200, young men. We're talking about thousands, man. Thousands. To the point where people would really lament the loss of their loved ones, and the fact that there aren't any men left, man. Which is going to make a man of the Lord super precious in that time. Super precious in those days, man. Okay? And it says, in the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed. In what wars, man? The wars that's coming up, man. World War III. Ultimately. Okay? Okay, in the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. Right? The Lord said, if If you make it from the sword, so to speak, you survive the sword, you're gonna be no, Salaki, it actually says if you survive the famine, the sword will get you. But still, if you somehow make it through the sword, you can vice versa that too. If the wars and stuff popped off and you somehow make it, to a so-called safe place, okay, you still gotta go and have food, right? You still gotta go and have water, okay? You need to have the ability to. Some people may not have to have the ability to hunt, man. They might actually have to hunt their food in order to eat in that time. Okay. All right. They're gonna have to have people that's gonna have to fish in that time. Okay, in order to be able to eat. I'm just saying that's the type of times that we'll be into. Okay? That's the type of time that's, gonna be up at that, what's gonna be happening at that time. Okay? Okay, because I'm gonna go back to this picture and I wanna say this. I saw a video, basically of Eve dancing, a bunch of Eves dancing in a video, talking about, F Iran. Okay, this is not a joke, man. This is deadly serious. Okay? They say something about they won in World War One, they won in World War Two, and Iran, we ain't scared of you or something like that. Some BS they were saying or whatever. But the point is, Jake taking this for a joke. And they taking it for a game, man. Okay, but we about to find out just how deadly serious these wars are, man. When a body count start tolling up. Okay, because they already had some service members, lost their lives. Okay, when Iran hit those bases. And they had another video. I don't remember the man's name that was in the video or whatnot, but they had another video of a guy saying, they destroyed everything, all the bases in the Middle East. So what do you do? Okay, these people not playing around. Okay, they said if you go into Iran, right, with boots on the ground with troops, okay. Iran saying, well, we just waiting on you. The guy said it, with a smile on his face. Man, these people, really don't know what they're in for. Because a lot of people join the military for the the perks, the benefits of joining the military. Whatever discounts. If they offer if they offer bonuses, they go in for that. Right? Certain little statuses of retirement and certain statuses in within the military. People aren't joining the military because they just want to serve the country. They want a Hellcat, man. Right? They want some type of Challenger or Charger, when they get back home. Free education or whatever, because they offer you, I believe, a certain amount of money, for that too as well, and other certain perks, right, that they just can't get here in Babylon the Great, right? So, man, look, this ain't the time that you want to be in for, man. This isn't it, It is what it is. You're in the military, you get drafted to World War III. It's over for you, man. You're not underneath the hedge or the protection of Yahweh Shemal Shai, man. You're circling toilet bowl, okay, within the Lord's judgment. All right. You know, let's go to this here. We'll close out. Let's see. All right, this is Satan thrown down to earth, man. And this remind me of that scripture. But right before I get this, it remind me of what the Lord saw, man. Okay, it says, when he said, I saw Satan, right, being cast down as lightning, man. Which means he saw the end, basically the end of, Esau's rulership. Okay? Ultimately. All right? Because Esau rulership, okay, in his kingdom is going to go down, man, fast. Ridiculously fast. Okay? The Lord said in 1 hour is he going to judge Babylon the Great, which is aka America. That's fast, man. 60 minutes. 60 minutes to completely destroy the land. Completely destroy the land, man. Just one giant flat plain, man. The Lord's coming with some great power, man. Now this is Revelation 12 verse 7. It says, and there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels. Okay. And this is going into, Satan, all right, Esau, Edom, the Edomites, the so-called white man, okay, fighting against the Lord, man. Okay. And ultimately fighting against the host, man. The host of heaven, the Lord's armies, man, that he's coming back with, man. That's why it says Michael fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought against, and the dragon fought and his angels. Okay. You see that? And it says, and prevail not, neither was there any, and it says, and prevail not, neither was their place found any more in heaven. Okay. Which means that Esau is going to lose miserably. When there's no place found for him in the heavens, his rulership is completely destroyed. All the things, all the things that he had to come up and fight against the Lord is going to be turned to ash, man. His fighter jets, okay, his tanks, his Humvees, whatever technology he's going to come with at that time, the Lord's going to, turn it into smoke, man. All right, that's, that's it. And it says, and a great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceived the whole earth. Esau, Edom, the Edomites. All right, the so-called white man has deceived everybody. Okay. It's certain that the Lord has certain elect men to wake up, to teach the words of Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay, starting with the elders and apostles at Great Millstone on down to us younger brothers. Okay.